How do I sound?
You sound nasally,
Do I
old,
sound, too masculine?
Nope.
Do I sound like too macho? Sound too debonair?
You sound like a guy that would ask somebody to open a jar of pickles for him.
A real time ask for help.
My wrists are too frigid.
Who's this Patrick Sussmilch character?
I'm just the baddest guy in town.
Wow.
Should we?
Those 4 years of improv really paid off.
Yeah. I edit out most things that you'd want to edit out naturally, but if there's anything that comes to mind, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said those slurs, just let me know. So yeah, I'll be able to edit, anything. I'm an editing genius.
Okay.
Man, the three of us all have the same beard.
How's my background noise? Am I okay with the AC, or you want it off?
Sounds fine. How about me? Can you hear my?
Okay. No, I can hear you farting though.
Can you hear my rock tumbler?
Your cement mixer is on though.
Ooh, boy. Ooh.
What is this? Ep.11?
Yep. I'm gonna start streaming right now.
Okay.
And it's gonna just be like, we're gonna be streaming and nothing's gonna be happening. It's gonna be boring for people to watch. Probably a lot of people will click on it and immediately just unfollow the Anderson Facebook page because they're like, this is entertainment. I hate this.
Ready to go.
We're already live. People have been watching this and the comments are not kind. They're like, this isn't a show. And I'm like, I know it hasn't started yet, but
we may have drawn in some fans from the porn community. I wrote a porno a few weeks ago. Cherie DeVille guested on the show.
You look like a guy that wears a motorcycle jacket and drives a Prius, which I find legitimately sexy.
And it's brought a lot of unwanted attention from people.
Really?
Yes, there's been a lot of people watching our show expecting real pornography, which I can only imagine is an extreme letdown.
Yes, Cam.
yeah, see, there you go. You can all jerk off.
Yeah.
Why you came.
Speaking of came, we're all here. Everybody do the penis.
Nails are real giveaway. Yeah, you got to make sure that you do it like this, because when you do it like this, it's either not a dick or there's something real wrong with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you gotta, Gary, turn the nail away, because that's really a dead giveaway.
I did turn it around. I have nails on both sides, don't you?
What is the point of this?
Kegels. We're doing kegels.
We're just trying to keep that 5 people who think this is porn just to watch. Look, our numbers cannot dip. Okay? When I started this show...
Your penis has a toenail.
We're actually co-teaching, but I'm in charge, a class starting Monday. It's a stand-up comedy class digitally. It's all through the PAG Theater. Payment plans available.
I've been teaching stand-up for a long time, but what I've always really wanted to correct some of the damage that Gary does this stand-up. So it'll be fun to be able to do that.
You know, you can learn to do some of the bits that we do. And speaking of bits, have you guys noticed that being in quarantine is a lot like being an astronaut? Excuse me.
Being an astronaut, Gary?
A NASA astronaut.
Wow. You're like an astronaut, like because you're an ass, because you're an idiot.
Let me just take it again, Rob.
It's just
please.
like, I would give the note that you should learn how to talk, but also this is a terrible idea for a bit. Being in quarantine and being an astronaut, that is very stupid. How do you make? Please tell the joke. I want to hear how you make this work, because it's
you told me it was a rich premise.
I didn't think you would buy it. I was joking.
You've been duped.
But being in quarantine is kind of like being a caveman. What do you?
Okay. I don't want
please
to
do the bit. I want to hear how you make this work.
No. I can't do the bit because you won't let me do the bit, and
No, do it,
that's
please.
okay. No, it's fine. I'm fine, and
Gary,
the show
why
will
would
be
I not
fine.
let you do this bit when I've let you do so many other terrible bits?
All right. That's. I wasn't going to do this during the show because I wanted us to have a good show for once, but I think we've been fighting a lot, and I don't want to keep being treated to be respectful of my needs, and you agreed that we're having some problems and that we need to go to a co-host counselor, and that's what I brought here today. I was going to do it after the show, but we have a special therapist who specializes in co-host counseling.
We love you, Gary.
I would rather listen to your astronaut bit than go to a host therapist.
I think it's too little too late. Please welcome to help us out, Dr. Pigheart, everybody. Dr. Pigheart.
Thank you very much. Yes, you can laugh. It's a funny name. Feel free to please go ahead. Imagining a human with a pig's heart. That's very funny. Thank you so much for having me. I am a pretty renowned co-host counselor,
and you've worked with a number of names, I believe.
Oh,
right?
certainly. Yeah. I mean, legally I can't give out last names, but I mean, I've worked with Howard and Robin, Conan and Andy, Jay and Kevin, Jeffrey and Ghislaine. I've worked with a lot of different co-hosts that
you better tell us who the last name is of Ghislaine.
Legally, I'm sorry, I wish I could.
Oh
trust
man,
me.
I want to know who it is.
Rob,
legally I cannot.
Rob, don't make a joke out of this. We're trying to be better.
Yes, this is. I know it's
respect privacy.
Yeah, I know it's a comedy show, but what I've just seen, just from observing you guys up top here, I'm actually appalled at the friction between you. So I'm just so glad that, Gary, you made the decision to bring me on board here. So let me just get a little bit of information from you. So,
okay.
So Gary Peterson, I'm saying that correct?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Very funny, obviously very talented.
Yeah, it is a funny name.
Okay, that's interesting. Gary, you look like you eat well, you exercise. I'm gonna guess you're about 25, 26.
Oh, I'm actually 32 years old.
Wow, perfect. That's amazing. First of all, I just want you to give a round of applause for yourself. Not inside yourself, you can give it just for being so great. Now I'm gonna talk to your co-host for a second here. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great.
So is it I want to say Rob? Am I saying that correctly?
That's right. Yeah, Rob.
Like a robber.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you look a little different than Gary. I want to say it looks like you have a lot of junk in the background. Do you hold on to stuff?
Yeah, sure. I do.
Okay.
Have a lot of stuff.
Okay. And you're about in your early mid 60s. Is that correct?
No, I'm a lot younger.
Okay.
I'm a lot younger than that. Very light blonde hair, so that's
interesting.
From the sun, from being out in the sun. My hair gets real blonde in the summer.
Fantastic. So I would like to talk about the incident that occurred at the top of the show. Now, Gary, you are about to do a very funny bit. I really liked the setup to that. It sounded like it had a lot of potential, and
thank you.
You made a little bit of a goof.
Yeah, I stumbled on my words.
We're all humans. We all make mistakes. That's okay. Now, your co-host...
To me, that was what I was so upset about, was that he was not treating this being in quarantine is like being an astronaut with the respect it so clearly deserves.
Okay. That's Rob, when you noticed that your partner, he was kind of messing up here, and instead of deciding to help him, you kind of decided to attack him there. So
I was trying to help the show.
Interesting. So what I would like you to go ahead and do is take off your shirt, if that's okay.
What?
All right, Gary. Now, just going back to the astronaut bit. So I just want to ask you again, astronauts are very funny. So do you see yourself as an astronaut? Like in that joke, like how are you relating to that?
I wouldn't say I'm like a Neil Armstrong so much as I am like a Jim Lovell, like Apollo
I can see
13 type. Maybe I'll never get there, but I'm a problem solver, a leader. I look at every bit and I say, where can I take this? How can I push the boundaries? And that's why I wrote on a piece of paper.
You definitely have you have the same body type as an astronaut, except for that you're not wearing a spacesuit.
Okay. See, that seems like you kind of jumped in and there at a point to kind of cut your co-host down.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
So what okay, so yeah, I would like to know what your motivation is with that.
He goes on and he never gets to the point.
I'm gonna stop you right there real quick. Could you do me a favor and go ahead and take your shirt off for me?
What?
Okay, moving on. Gary, so now you've been doing this for a while now. So do you feel that your talent is appreciated by your co-host?
I don't think it's even acknowledged.
I can see that.
Very ignored. I would love for him to actually open up and say, hey, I really think you're funny and talented. That's something I've been waiting for a long time to hear.
Okay, now Robert, your co-host here is trying to say something to you. Do you think you can go ahead and take your shirt off for me?
What? Wait, what? You wanted me to?
All right. How about your pants?
Wait, why? Why are you?
Okay, that's fair. All right, Gary, what would you like to see come out of these sessions that we're having? Our first of what I'm sensing is going to be several sessions at the very least.
Mutual respect. I respect Rob, and I take care of him, and financially as well as emotionally. So I've just been trying to just get a little bit of a appreciation for what I do.
Thank you for being so vulnerable with me. Rob, what I want you to do is I want you to think about what Gary just said, and I want you to go ahead and take your shirt off, okay?
I'm not taking my shirt off. That's my shirt off. This is ridiculous. This is not. All right. This is not good therapy.
Okay. So Gary, I know
Jeffrey and Ghislaine, whoever they are, to take their shirts off.
All right. I told you I can't talk about my former clients, so I'm just going to mark that down as being a little hostile. Gary, I want you to rate your co-host listening skills on a scale of 1 through 10. Now, I'm going to walk you through this here. 1 is going to be the lowest option available. And what I want you to do is I want you to pick a number between that number and 10, which is actually the highest option available.
Are you seriously explaining how 1 and 10 are the lowest and highest options on a scale of 1 to 10? Everyone knows how a scale of 1 to 10 works.
Rob, I'm sensing just a lot of anger here coming from you. So I
just think that you're being, you're not a professional. Who are you?
Okay.
Where did you come from?
I think things are getting, if I may, they're a little tense, and maybe we could do the visualization.
Okay.
Dr. Pigheart should take his shirt off.
That's inappropriate.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to use a visualization technique I'm kind of famous for because, Rob, I'm just sensing so much anger from you. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine yourself somewhere safe and comfortable and relaxing. I want you to imagine yourself in a big old bubble bath. Can you do that for me? Just close your eyes and imagine yourself in a bubble bath. Okay, beautiful. How does that feel? You got a nice room temperature water, some bubbles, just kind of breaking the surface there, tickling your body. There's not a creature stirring in all of the house. You have relaxing music playing, maybe some candles. I don't know. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels okay.
All right, and it feels like you are in a bubble bath. Am I right?
Sure.
Okay, now why are you wearing your shirt in a bubble bath?
Is this whole thing just to get me to take my shirt off? Why do you keep trying to get me to take my shirt off? This isn't good therapy.
I disagree, Doctor. I think you've definitely changed my life, and I feel better. I've never felt more alive, and we would love to book another session, maybe for another show.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, some people are just a little hesitant towards change, which I totally understand. But Gary, you are fantastic this session. Rob, you're going to need a lot of work. I look forward to helping you guys out again.
You talked to Gary and you just kept asking me to take my shirt off. That's not how therapy works. That's not.
You took notes, though. You have a few notes.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I'll send those right over to you if you want to, pop them up on screen there. There it is.
Well, is that me with no shirt on holding you?
Holding the child inside me, yes.
What is this? These aren't notes. This is a picture.
How's that make you feel?
I mean, it's not bad. I think it's a flattering likeness.
Right.
I like that
My
your
work here is
pants
done.
don't have zippers.
I took a little bit of an artistic interpretation with that in regards to the pants.
You did.
Thank you, Dr.
moved my
Pigheart.
body, that's for sure.
You're welcome. I look forward to seeing you guys again.
One round for Dr. Pigheart, changing
Thank you.
our lives and our hearts.
Thank you.
So great. I feel better. How about you,
Yeah,
Rob?
I was not on board, but at the end he really pulled it.
Really got you going.
Got me. Yeah, at the end I was like, yeah, this guy's pretty good. I'm excited for the next session. Yeah.
Why haven't we gotten that weird vegan burger that everyone's been talking about in Long Beach?
How was it?
Very good.
Dr. Pigheart, it looks like you might have something to say.
I'm sorry. I'm only really qualified to give my expertise on co-hosts. If you would be interested in maybe making this grocery store a co-host of some sort, I would be more than happy to provide some feedback. But I feel I'm dangerously disqualified
Actually, can I just
without
say,
that.
don't you think that he and his roommate could be considered co-hosts of that webcam?
I feel like that's really belittling the the spirit of a co-host.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's like belittling people.
Yeah, co-inhabitants, perhaps.
More
Yes.
accurate. You can find her stuff on Instagram under Snappy Bakes, and also YouTube to check out her prank call show. She's super funny, super talented. The very funny Katie Baker.
Hello! Oh my goodness, I'm down here. I've been camping out in the tunnels since all this happened, and they haven't caught me yet. So I'm just setting up new life underground.
One positive thing about this quarantine, and there aren't many positive things, but one positive thing is that 2 albums recorded in 2016 that weren't going to be released are coming out, both with artwork by you, and CV's, and as well as Gary's. It's going to be exciting that the artwork's finally going to be seen.
Yeah, it's exhilarating, and it's like it only took a big old disease, but now it's things are going my way.
That's what I said to you when we started working together is this will never see the light of day until 1,000 Americans die every day.
And it happened. We did it. Here's one image of you can see this. It's this is what I like to do, the collage, and like to cut up the eyes and stuff and mouths and do new weird wacky pictures. And this is a throwback to like 10 years ago. I made this, like decorated a card like for the birthday princess. But it's been
You would just go to open mics and you would just draw everyone. And then you would every once in a while just do a big poster. You'd post like 100 images, and they were so great. And most of that stuff was kind of simple line drawing stuff, very sort of abstract, but really captures the essence of people in such a great way.
Thank you. Because it's like the 5 minutes, so you have to like do a very hurried, like capturing the details. And even then, I'm like, oh, I couldn't get the eyes just right. I really liked exploring the abstraction and be like, okay, now today I'm gonna draw this person as a cat because he was saying something like some pussy joke. So I'm like, oh, I'll do this.
I looked great as a cat.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever been drawn by you that was furious?
Nothing like that, but one time at the Middle East, back when there was the open mic there was this young man who was like in town a little while, but I don't know if he moved on or something, but he was all like impressed by the drawing. He's like, I'd like to buy that, or yeah, like, so he bought it, but then like he passed me a note like during the mic that had a note like, do you like me? Like with like yes, no. So I think I said like no and handed it back, but so then he proceeds to rip up the drawing, and but then afterwards I saved the pieces and preserved them. So just by that, now it's a collaboration between the two of us.
Yeah.
This
Oh my
scorned boy
he pay for it?
Yeah, so I still got that, but it was just all the basically I got my drawing back and made yeah.
First you get paid for it, then it's flattering to think someone is interested in you, and then even though you weren't interested in him, then you told him you weren't interested in him, and then immediately got justification for why you were correct in that.
Yeah, right? Like, oh man.
Brought the art back. That really worked out perfectly for you.
Yeah.
It worked out probably as well as anything else in that guy's life.
Ladies love nothing more than a man doing this. That's
it
what
gets me
every
going.
woman dreams of.
Also, I'll have this terror of, oh, everyone who's here is going to expect me to draw a picture of them, which is really imprisoning my own mind in a thing. I'll just be like, whatever, I do what I want.
I probably didn't help that a lot when for a year, every intro to you was, if this person hasn't drawn a picture of you, you probably just aren't a good comic.
I mean, because it's like back when real life comedy was a thing.
I definitely did. If you didn't draw someone, I was like, yeah, they're not that good.
There are plenty of not good comics who I have drawn. I mean, that's kind of a nasty thing to say, but so many.
Do you ever see Rob set and then draw stink lines around him?
Hey.
No, perhaps I should. Something I'll consider, but I guess with my artistic eye, I did not see the stink lines, so I did not.
Sure.
They're
definitely there.
You don't happen to have the album for Gary's art handy, do you?
I have Gary's art.
We should have people vote. Which of these arts do you think is better for Gary's album? This one or this one?
Yours is
I think
better.
they're both good. They both kind of fit the album.
Katie's.
Katie's. It says Yellow Belt Confidence. Sneak peek of the album, folks.
Yeah,
Nice.
Only $40 on Apple. Really going for it.
Good job.
Thank you.
It's so good. I'm so happy to be showcasing it finally.
Mr. Pigheart, man, or doctor, I could see the kitty behind you.
College.
I don't like to brag, but yes, I did attend Pigheart College.
Otherwise known as Salem State.
Oh, there it is. Local humor. You're my favorite person.
Thank you, Gary.
In the Eastern Seaboard. And
That's high
and
praise.
I love Snappy Bakes on Instagram.
Yes.
Check out her prank call show. It's hilarious. Katie Baker. I'm kind of a big music head.
Yeah.
I listen to Bruce, Dylan,
Love Bruce. You love the band.
Neil,
Love Neil. We've
Lennon.
seen, I think, multiple Neil Young movies in the theater together.
Yeah. Never gone to a live show together with you. I won't do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is weird.
It's more. I like to keep it professional.
Yeah.
So this guy is a music expert, and he is renowned as Billy Joel's biggest fan.
Whoa, little caveat. Billy Joel's biggest fan of his first album, which was a metal band called Attilla, before he sold out.
Oh, okay. So before his debut album as the piano troubadour, he was in a metal band?
Yeah, called Attilla.
Attilla.
A very metal band. He wore armor. Yeah, none of this Uptown Girl stuff that you're all so happy about. None of this bottle of red, bottle of white. No Captain Jack.
Not even Downeaster Alexa.
Nope. None of that stuff.
River of Dreams?
Nope. No Stranger.
No Innocent Man?
No Innocent Man. No Italian Restaurant. None of that stuff. Attila, you see the root of the talent.
It is Cthulhu, by the way. You're saying that Billy Joel's best work was his metal album.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, he's not the Beatles. And then again, the Beatles aren't the Beatles. I mean,
what?
I mean, you look at the Beatles, right? And what's really good is their offspring.
Oh, right, sure.
Louis and Lennon.
Yep.
John Lennon's son.
George George Harrison Jr.,
George Harrison Jr. Yeah.
Ringo Starr Jr. They were all so much better.
What about Sean? Do you like Sean?
Sean Lennon Jr. Yes.
I don't think he's I think that he's just Sean Lennon.
Rob, he's an expert. You're not.
Sean Lennon Jr.
It's Sean Lennon.
Okay. Yeah. We could really.
We go back and forth on this all day.
Yeah. But Sean Lennon Jr.
Two of the biggest things that music fans love to debate is Beatles versus Rolling Stones and Sean Lennon versus John Lennon Jr. Which is he? And there really is no answer. It's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
What do you want from me? What do you need from me here?
Well, we'd love to hear a little bit about this album and why it's so great.
Yeah, it shaped your life in a way that, a lot of people moved with Billy Joel as he aged with the times, and they took that journey. But it seems like you're saying that was a big mistake on his part.
Big mistake. Once he signed to a major, his career was over.
Yeah. Now, who put out the Attilla record?
Atco, 1975. Based in Long Island, New York. He was one of the stars of New York. There's him and Bob Seger.
Isn't Bob Seger from Detroit?
Yeah, but he came over a few times to help out.
Yeah.
He helped out.
I needed the help.
Some kind of joke.
What is the title of Attila's album?
Just Attilla, self-titled, S/T.
Tell them about your favorite track.
It was, the Italian restaurant.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's done. He does that, but with a Cookie Monster growl.
Really?
I don't have it on me, but it's sort of like a bottle of red. Then the one Captain Jack about his brother. He sits at home. Your brother goes out on the date, but you sit at home and masturbate. That kind of stuff. I mean, this is 75. This is way before all those British shit.
Yeah.
What about Piano Man? I mean, everybody loves Piano Man. You tell me you don't.
Piano Man. Please say more. So he was doing, just imagine him doing all this before he was the Piano Man.
All those songs that we would know and love just got changed completely in the studio.
I am an innocent man. Yeah. They call it discordant.
Huh.
What's going on here?
Yeah, what is going on here?
What kind of prank? Calling us up?
Yeah, what is this, some sort of Katie Baker style prank?
Gotcha.
It's so hard to find those old albums. Would you mind giving us a little bit more Billy Joel? Early Joel?
Billy Joel doesn't exist in my world. Attilla, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Tell them about our band.
Well, you tell them.
Okay, our band is also called Atilla.
What do you guys do? Tell us about your band.
We're a gay bear band.
Gay bears.
Gay bear band? Sounds pretty good. What types of stuff do you guys sing about?
Well, Billy Joel, but in a heavy metal way, the way he meant to, it was meant to be played.
So do you think this whole time Billy Joel has wanted to continue being metal, but he probably for financial reasons has kind of switched to more of a pop?
Sold out. Is that what you're getting? He's sold out.
Sold out.
Bills, man, got to pay the bills.
Pay the bills.
He talks about it in his his songs. We just try to bring that to light. Sing me the song. You're the beautiful.
Yeah.
Billy
Yeah, it's
Joel,
like when you think about it in that context.
Adapted to a Broadway musical
Moving out.
by Ben Folds. Would you say that Attila could do the same thing?
Get it adopted by Ben Folds?
And brought onto the
If you have
Broadway
any
stage?
connections, yeah, sure.
Would we prefer it to be, more along the lines of a roller skating musical opera, where it would kind of take the heavy metal aspect and then put that on wheels?
Yeah, I think that there aren't enough musicals that do use roller skates. I know that was Starlight Express. Was that the?
Starlight
Yeah, Starlight
Express.
Express.
Yeah, but then that was pretty much it. And I really think that's. I mean, give me one reason not to have your musical be on skates.
We're not that coordinated.
Yeah, that's the reason. I guess that's the reason.
We're kind of big guys.
Yeah. Gary and I are both also pretty big guys. We're just very muscular. So because of that, we're very top heavy, which makes skating hard because of our big muscles.
I'm also bottom heavy as well.
Yeah, we're both also pretty bottom heavy too, but
We have heavy bottoms.
Well, there's a lot of bears who are into pear shapes.
Yep.
The hairier the berry.
The hairier, the barrier.
Yeah.
Has always been the motto of this show.
Yeah, Gary's so hairy that he's more of a kiwi shape.
Mm.
The hairiest of fruit.
See that. Hairiest of fruit.
Rob has the look of a guy who needs help with a pickle jar.
And is not afraid to ask for it, because you know what? There's nothing unmasculine about asking for help.
What does everybody think Rob looks like? Let's go around the horn.
We can't end every show with this.
I think it's a fair question. I just want to know.
Like an English professor.
At a community college.
Ought to be a lady.
At first examination, it appears to be a book about loss, but another interpretation.
Oh, that's good. Katie, what do you think Rob looks like?
Oh man. Like his hair, it's kind of like the cotton candy-ish, like maybe not now necessarily, but like when it's longer. Like I've drawn his hair a bunch of times, and there have been times where it's been kind of like this poofish, and I've often used like a lot of like pink marker when drawing his face.
Yes, it is I have a pink face.
Yeah. Get close to the camera so we can see.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, it's just. It's real. It's as pink as a Pigheart.
And you don't have a funhouse mirror filter on right now?
Nope. This is my actual dimensions.
I feel like Rob looks like a man that owns an island that he hunts people on.
Yes, Patrick. You may be wondering why I've invited you here. Why, for a weekend of celebration, delights, and game. But these games
Who's the hunter?
are the most dangerous. If I brought you to my island,
Yes.
could you evade being killed by me?
Absolutely not. I accidentally hurt myself.
What if I told you I'd give you a half-hour head start?
I would probably trip and like get killed on a branch or something. You would be very disappointed.
Sir, you seem to be only the second most dangerous game. I don't know.
I feel like he looks like he's working on a screenplay based on Wilco lyrics.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think that could be a pretty good screenplay.
There's a small beautiful dog that's just joined us. Maybe he might know what Rob looks like.
Yeah, what is
that fun little puggy?
It's searching meat for a long winter.
Well, I think it's important to ask you though, what do people think Gary looks like?
Upside down face with a big chin.
I think like a phoenix egg.
A poet philosopher.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. That's accurate. One
Looks like
line.
that magnet face you draw with the little.
Yeah. Well,
Willy Willy.
Wooly Wally.
Yeah.
Wooly Wally. Wooly Willy is something else.
And I, of course, think you look like a minion.
A small bleached ham with a beard.
The nicest. That's gonna go on my grave someday.
I feel like Gary looks like he comments on literally everything Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweets. Every tweet, he's in the replies.
More like
I'll tell you.
the occasional Cortez.
Just trying to dunk.
You look at his profile and you're like, oh, it's just a picture of an egg. And then you look at the picture closer and you're like, oh no, that is a photograph. That is.
That's fine. You look like a caddy that wrote a tell-all book about a golfer no one cares about.
That's right. Sam Herbert, everyone's favorite PGA pro, had some skeletons in his closet. Also, some clubs which were not cleaned nearly as much as a club ought be.
Why does he talk like that? That's so good. I want to thank Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
How do you not know Cthulhu? It's a Lovecraft. You're also from New England and racist. You should know.
Hey. I'm only racist against people that are different. Thank Cthulhu, Scott Marvel Cassidy, Maria Bamford, Patrick Sussmulch, Katie Baker, Dr. Pigheart, Tim Vargulish, creator of Goatman, and Creany, my hero as always. If you like the show, on Venmo at Gipper 2020, all the money goes back into the show to pay the performers. And we love you guys for tuning in. I'm Gipper, and this is Creany signing off. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye, nerds. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys so much for doing the show.
This is fun. Thank you.
Party on.
Is someone else ending this? Or?
Interesting.
Facebook.com/Anderson Comedy.
Rob, I don't want you to see what Dr. Pigheart will eventually reveal. So don't look at your email. Let me try a share tech on this.
Try to look away.
Yeah, look away.
Mm-hmm.
Can everybody see it?
Jesus Christ.
There, and Rob, you can turn back around.
Is there a picture of me sucking my own dick?
Nope. As fun as that reoccurring thing that we have on almost every show.
Apple pie that someone gave us.
Y'all got apple pie?
Somebody brought us apple pie crumble. Scott made a painting for someone, and they brought us over apple pie crumble.
You want to cook some burgers? I'll drive up a burg. We're gonna get out of my house.
We have burgers. Oh, that's right. We do have burgers. You want to come over? I need a burg.
I'll cook a burg for you. I'll pick up some stuff.
Come over though.
What's that?
Long way to come, but
I got a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah,
I'll see.
I heard about a guy that just drove like 200 miles to Bonn. That's how little is going on right now.